I want to welcome the GMs and the wives, the godly men and the warm, inviting, feminine, empathetic women out there. Now, in today's video topic, I want to discuss how healthy women are the most calming, and specifically, healthy women that are beautiful, not only on the outside, but also psychologically, spiritually, emotionally, and all of that inside stuff. Okay. And I know that can be counter to a lot of what the red pill community and the manosphere has to say. And I also understand that a lot of what I'm saying is going to probably trigger a lot of women out there that may or may not understand the true depths of what I'm saying. So I encourage everybody to listen to this video with a grain of salt, because I want to make sure that I do not miss a beat in this video. And the reason for that is because I want to make healthy, beautiful women something that is not a rare occurrence in modern day society anymore. In fact, I was thinking about my daughter, my future daughter. I don't actually have any kids right now, but if I were to have a daughter down the line, how would I raise her? And what would having a daughter really look like? And what kind of boundaries would I place on her to encourage her and to ensure that she's going to be raised to be a healthy, beautiful woman that is calming to the people around her? And as I started thinking about this, I was just pondering the idea here and there, and I began to do what I normally do and go through my daily routine. I went to the coffee shop, and it was a beautiful day the other day when I went, and the sun was out, the sun was shining, the birds were singing, and then these loud, obnoxious, just kind of gross looking women, if you want to call them that, came over and sat on a table. Well, not on a table, but to a table with one man. Again, if you want to call him a man, he was wearing these freaky sandals and a flower hat and like overalls that were cut off at the knees or whatever. Like just a kind of a strange looking dude, right? Kind of a strange looking dude. And the women were just so loud. There was 3 women there and just obnoxious. I don't even want to try to imitate what they sounded like because it would hurt my ears, like chalk scratching on a chalkboard or whatever. But it's just, the whole thing was just off. The man was effeminate. The women were really aggressive. And that was when it hit me. I was like, if I have a daughter, because really, all in all, there's nothing more calming than a healthy, beautiful woman. And I would want my daughter to be someone that if she goes out into the community, she is friendly, she's cooperative, and everybody knows that they can get along with her. But if they cross any boundaries, she will be sure to let them know that that her boundaries are being crossed. But she's not going to be aggressive at all, until she's acted upon in a way where she has to be. And then I was thinking about all of the women that I've done business with, and specifically like in my day jobs over the years. That's what I call it anyway, my day jobs, because that's not really what I'm about. It's great. It's great to learn these skills, and it's great to meet a lot of people, but it's not what I want to do the rest of my life. And so I call it a day job. And I thought about all the women that I do business with around the country, because the day job that I do have, we work with people all over the country in the U.S. And all of the women that are higher up in the hierarchy that I've talked to in meetings and such, generally know what they want, which is great. That's a fine quality. In fact, I'd want my woman and my daughter to know what she wants, to encourage her to be who she is, but not in a way that's going to be unnatural to her. Because that's what a lot of this empowerment of women is nowadays. It's just false advertising. It's how would you even say it? I don't even know how to describe the level of complexity that it takes for the ideological subversion to take place in a person's mind, because there's so many things that we're being fed. And if you can train somebody's subconscious to do certain things, then you're going to direct the consciousness in many ways until the consciousness realizes and snaps out of whatever it is that their subconscious programming is being told to direct their lives. And they realize, oh, maybe this isn't what I want. But anyway, I was thinking about all these other women, and they were, I want this, I want that, I want that. You know, this is what we need now. This is what we have to have. This is it. This is the game plan. And that's great for your business. That's great for your business as a woman. That's great. There's nothing wrong with being a businesswoman. Nothing wrong with it. However, leave it somewhere. Like, it's hard for women to leave it somewhere else, because they come home, and I've heard stories about this, where they can't get off of work. They feel like they have to work. They have to prove themselves. They have to get validation. They have to get approval. But who are they getting approval from? Like, this is the craziest thing, right? Where they have to get approval from the people that they don't even really care about. They have to get approval from all these strangers to make themselves feel validated. They can't get that validation from their family because they're told that it's weak for them to do so. And it's just the complete opposite. All the really strong, beautiful, attractive, healthy women that I know, and there's only been like 10 of them that I've met in my life, but I can remember a few distinct examples here. One was at a business event a year or two ago, and it was this guy's wife that I had met, and she was wearing a dress. She had beautiful long hair, and you could tell when you looked into her eyes that she had a sense of purity about her, because they were both Christians. At least that's what they claimed. And they were both Christians, and there was just some kind of peacefulness about her that I never really had gotten that from many other women ever. And this peacefulness was just, I completely felt free around this couple. I felt completely free in a way that I had never really felt free before. And then because I knew that healthy relationships are supposed to make you feel free. They're not supposed to restrict you. And it's not necessarily that you are boundaryless, but you can act as free as you want within those boundaries. It's kind of like if you're growing up, you have your yard or whatever. I was always told, and the kids around me were always told, that you can play in your yard, and if you want to play in somebody else's yard, that's not okay. Pretty simple, right? Pretty simple. Decent, like, foundational level parenting. It's pretty common sense. But that wasn't always the case, right? A lot of people don't have even that kind of common sense-anality about it. Is you stay within your boundary and you be free within the boundary. And that's what a woman is able to do that is actually healthy spiritually, emotionally, and physically. She's able to do. Because you see a lot of these women out here at the gym and such. Holy crap. Some of the most attractive women I've ever seen. Like, beautiful women. Great figure. Fantastic body. But their souls are just messed up. Their souls are they're soulless. They're not soulful. They're soulless. And that's another thing that women that are healthy and beautiful have about them. They're soulful. There's this life and vibrance to them. They just have this magnetic presence about them in a way that you don't really get from other women. Like these loud women at the coffee shop. That was a repellent. That was not a magnet. That was a repellent. And so you can be the most attractive woman in the world for me, as far as I can tell. But if your soul isn't right and you're out of alignment in your soul, you're kind of out of luck. Like, what is there to really do or be around you? Not much. Not much, unfortunately. So all this goes to say is that the beautiful and healthy women, it's not weak to care for your family. It's not weak to be loyal to your husband. It's not weak to be, because this is the mindset of, well, if I don't like this, the way that this guy's treating me, I'm just going to go to the next one. You might be able to work out that thing with that guy. But because you're either afraid of confrontation or afraid that if you bring it up, he's going to leave you, and so you just decide to leave, or worse, if you're having problems and you decide to try to just flirt with other guys in front of him or whatever, like, because I've seen that happen, and I've been the guy that women try to flirt with to get their boyfriends upset. Me not knowing that they have a boyfriend or a husband, not knowing that they're having issues until the woman is in that vicinity and then she shows her true colors. And I do think that men need to accept that there is hope and there is faith, but it starts with us. If we're not leading our own lives the way that we want to, then it's going to be very, very challenging for any woman to consider being led by us as men. And it's our job to lead as a man. It's our job to be the stable continuity of strength, reason, and vision for that family unit or the people around us. And I do genuinely believe that we are on the swing of hard times creating good men and strong men. I do think that because it's like a wave at this point, right? We're like the wave of the hard times is beginning to ramp up. And the men that are taking the cold showers, that are working out, that are disciplined, that are being and ensuring their financial longevity, they have the survival skills, they're going to be fine. Like these men out here that are doing what they do already, they're going to be great. They're going to be solid. But the men that are not doing those things, that are playing video games, and there's nothing wrong with playing video games. There's nothing wrong with it. But is that really the best operation of your time? I know it wasn't for me. And I was a lover of video games for a couple years. I played Fortnite, Skyrim. Like, I played a lot of different kinds of games, but those were my two favorites, really. And it was just emptiness at the end of it. It was just empty. I got to the point 3.5, 4 years ago now where I was nearly 200 pounds, over 50 pounds heavier. Well, not over 50 pounds, over 40 pounds heavier than I am now, because I've been gaining a little bit of weight, upping my meat intake recently, but over 40 pounds, I've lost the weight. And I mean, I made that decision after I was playing video games. I was playing Fortnite, and I was watching Netflix, and I was eating pizza, and I was eating ice cream, and I was like, well, because I had lost a game in Fortnite, and I was like, well, I could keep being a loser, like literally and figuratively, or I could start doing push-ups. And immediately I threw out the pizza, I threw out the ice cream, and I started doing push-ups at 200 pounds. And then I started going to the gym immediately, and I haven't looked back ever since. Now, of course, am I eating clean all the time? I have one cheat meal on Saturday nights that I go crazy on, but other than that, I'm pretty clean most of the time. But this is just going to say that it's going to take discipline as a man to be able to lead a woman. And I think one of the genuine reasons we have a lack of healthy, beautiful women is because we're not leading our own lives as men. We're just not leading our own lives as men. And so we have to lead our own lives, and we have to set an example. And so with that being said, I hope this message was useful and insightful. And until next time, peace be with you.